Harry Styles bought a painting off me and has not paid his invoice. Okay, first, a recap. Last year, I did this painting of Harry Styles where I replaced his head with an egg. Unbelievably, he loved it so much that he asked me to buy it. And we means tested his income and agreed on the very reasonable price of £6 and a Kit Kat chunky peanut butter. So I sent the painting to the address that he provided. Obviously, I looked it up on Zoopla. And I put an invoice in there with a reminder that payment was now due. And finally, after quite a lot of nudging, something arrived. Here I am with my green peas doing the big reveal. Joe, it is with tremendous something that I attached £6 and a Kit Kat chunky peanut butter. Thank you, a pleasure. H. £6 in cling film. There's no Kit Kat. There was no Kit Kat chunky peanut butter. Harry has now entirely stopped responding to me. God, I feel like Zayn. What do I do? What does the note say? And where is my Kit Kat? Update, I'm suing Harry Styles for a Kit Kat chunky peanut butter. At the weekend, I posted a video explaining Harry Styles has failed to fulfill his promise to send me a Kit Kat chunky as payment for a stunning original painting I did of him. Many of your comments on the video suggested I take legal action. So, this morning I met with local Birmingham lawyer Chase Morgan. They normally deal with shoplifting and disputes about alleyways, who told me I have grounds for a case for something called specific performance, which would illegally instruct Harry to perform the act of giving me a Kit Kat chunky peanut butter. I will not accept a performance of watermelon sugar, but will consider cinema, as that's an absolute banger. They moved quickly and earlier today sent something called a letter before action to his representatives explaining his behaviour is cruel and unusual treatment. In short, I'm suing Harry Styles for a Kit Kat. They have until 4 p.m. on Wednesday to respond. I'll report back on Thursday morning with an update. Your move, Harry. I have a huge update on my legal case with Harry Styles. So, earlier this week, I made the regretful announcement that I was suing Harry Styles for a Kit Kat chunky peanut butter. Whilst the Kit Kat is still outstanding, it's time to disclose I am not actually suing Harry Styles. I would never sue Harry Styles. Our courts are massively overbooked. It's like Stephen Mulhern. In fact, I would go so far as to say that no one should ever sue Harry Styles, in the same way that you should never sue, I don't know, Greenpeace. But guess what? Oil giant Shell are suing Greenpeace for millions of dollars. This is because of a peaceful protest they did last year on one of their climate-wrecking oil platforms. So I have partnered with Greenpeace by giving the rights of the original Harry Styles artwork to be printed on this gorgeous, exclusive t-shirt, which you can buy from their shop right now, with all the proceeds going to their legal fund and campaign to stand up to Shell. The link is in my bio or at joelycett.com. And if you're watching, Harry, when you finally send me the Kit Kat chunky, I'll chuck in a freebie, my brand new painting, Watermelon Sugar. I have been working on something for the last 4 years, and it's my favourite thing I've done with my entire life. And I did it entirely in secret, couldn't tell anyone about it, but now it's done and you're here and I can tell you. And it started with this badge that was sent to me by the comedian Josie Long, who's so brilliant, she's one of my favourites. And she runs, yes, she's so wonderful, I recommend her. And she runs a charity called Arts Emergency, which helps people get into the arts that might not otherwise have access. And this is a promotional badge for that charity, which reads, "Sometimes, if you want something to exist, you have to make it yourself." And I thought that was such a beautiful sentiment. And I immediately got to work on a life-size model of Zac Efron. Don't get me wrong, I love fucking pussy, but Zac Efron is Mummy's absolute favourite. But I love this sentiment. I was like, what do I want to exist that doesn't already? And I live in an area of Birmingham called King's Heath. Are the people in from King's Heath? Anyone in? Oh, hello. If you don't know Birmingham, it's South Birmingham, and it's a nice area, and I live in a mid-terrace house, and it's got like a thin garden, and it was really overgrown, and I was like, I'd love a nice garden, and I became obsessed with gardening. I've got all the gadgetry. I've got a hot bin, which is a compost bin, which is insulated, so you get compost out much quicker. First time I emptied it, I was just so amazed at how completely unfuckable I've become. One of my neighbours is a teacher, and she said, someone at work said, "What's it like living next to Joe Lycett?" And she said, "It's like living next to an elderly woman." It's so accurate. I'm in the garden the whole time. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I love my gardening. I'm always posting about it. And it's always sort of needlessly offensive posts, just this sort of thing. I just call them all slags, big-titted slags. This is a squash, looks like an upside-down chode with a baggy foreskin. I know what that looks like because I've met your dad. Just needlessly offensive posts. And as a result of these posts, I was asked to do an interview with Gardener's World magazine. The most gentle Middle England publication you could ever hope to find. And I did this lovely interview with them. And they said afterwards, they said, oh, we need a high-resolution picture of you in the garden for the magazine. And I said, well, I don't have one. And they said, can you get one? I was like, it's locked down, I live on my own. But I got this camera and I set it up on a little timer and I got this picture, which I think is quite sweet, really. It's quite, I know, bless, I know it's lovely. And they said, oh, it's lovely. Who took the photo? For a laugh, I said it was Lisa Scott-Lee from Steps. I don't know why I chose Lisa Scott-Lee. I'm sat on some steps, maybe it was subconscious, I don't know. Magazine comes out, they printed her in the magazine. She lives in Dubai. And now, whenever she posts to Instagram, this is her saying Steps got to #1 in the charts, she credited me as the photographer. But ever so busy. Ever so busy.
I have been trying to solve the problem of ISIS. Don't worry, not the porn star, the terrorist. Any members of ISIS here? No. I was thinking, why would you join ISIS? I was trying to work out why you join them. I think the people that join ISIS feel like there's a lack of love in their lives. I don't think you can join ISIS if you feel loved. And I was thinking, where is there an abundance of love? And I realised it's Grindr. So I've signed up to Grindr, posting as an ISIS militant. Go with me. If you don't know what it is, it's a gay dating app. That's what it is. Oh, bloody hell, you know about it, don't you? It's not dating, really, either. It's just a fuckfest, really. But first conversation was with Craig. He said, lol, are you ISIS? I said, yes, death to the West. He said, OMG, I know a drag act called Alexandra Burke. You'd love her. Alexandra Burke? I'd go and see that. But I was in character as an ISIS militant, so it doesn't sound very good. I said, yeah, to be fair, it is shit. Wanna meet? So success, somebody willing to love someone from ISIS. Next one was James. I was pleased with this. James put, wanna blow? I said, what building? He said, okay. Tell me more about yourself. I said, I serve the Islamic State. He said, I serve in Wagamamas. And then I didn't reply for a bit because I was a bit busy. So then he sent me another message. He said, tell me, if you could do anything, what would you want to do to me? So I said, I would destroy you and your civilization. He said, that's hot. Where shall we meet? I said, in hell. I said, is that a nightclub? It probably is somewhere. Final one. Oh, Barry, bless Barry. He put ASL, which means age, sex, location, if you're not familiar. I said, 18, male, Syria. He said, Syria, question mark. I said, yes, I'm serious. He said, haha, I'm in Milton Keynes. I said, Milton Keynes is full of whores, we're all going to hell. He put, OMG, tell me about it. Gays are so funny, so funny. Ongoing project, that one, ongoing. I did have to be weird with someone in real life recently. I went on a stag do. Oh, right. I'm trying to get that right. I think it's all in the neck. Fucking what? Like, that's his close, isn't it? It's amazing how close to vomiting that is. Is it there? That's it, close. This is a front for insecurity. I've got it. Struggle to connect with my father. I've got it.
Did a lot of gardening in lockdown. Another thing I did, which I really recommend, I did loads of this, and it's really good for anyone's mental health, and it's really simple. All you do is troll Alan Sugar. It's so simple. Alan Sugar, I'm sure you know who he is, a billionaire. He's, you what? Sorry, Lord Alan Sugar. That's the lawyers over there. It's Lord, actually, I think you'll find. Yes, Lord Wanker Alan Sugar.
He's a billionaire, he's hosted The Apprentice, and at the start of lockdown, people were losing their jobs, their lives, it was an awful time. He posted this to Twitter. This is him next to his private jet during a global pandemic. Collected the new plane today, flew it down from Knoxville to Pompano Beach. I thought, you're not reading the room here, Alan. So I replied to this tweet and I said, drove my Ford Fiesta home base today, but you don't see me tweeting about it. Either way, I'm horny, how about you? This started an absolute flirt fest with Alan Sugar because he replied to this. He said, but you did tweet it, you double-barrel He thinks I'm a princess. That opened the floodgates to me flirting with him every morning in lockdown, sending this sort of thing. Good morning, my little Lord Sugar Puff. I mean, I did so many. I sort of lost my mind, really, but I think he's a twat. I think he's lost it. I think he's a bellend. And I think he'll die before me, but if he doesn't, I don't want him to win. And I thought about this. I was like, how do I win against Alan Sugar in death? And I solved this problem. And what I've done is I've rewritten my will. This is my actual will. This is page 2. If you look at section 6, Alan Sugar gets the Ford Fiesta. Not only that, it's filled to the brim with sugar puffs. Because he'll hate it. Swat. Did a lot of gardening, a lot of trolling Alan Sugar. I also did a lot of painting in lockdown. I really got into my painting. I did Grayson's Art Club, which was one of my favourite things I've been involved in. It's such a lovely programme, that, isn't it? I painted Chris Whitty. That's my painting of Chris Whitty. Saying, wash your filthy pig hands. Which was, I believe, a direct quote. And it's very fortunate. This ended up in Manchester Art Gallery, and they said, they sent this email. They said, you're in the art gallery. We need to know the name of the piece, the artist's name, and the medium. So that's like the bits that go into making the painting. I've been drinking when I replied to this email. I called it the Itty Bitty Titty Chris Whitty Committee. The artist's name was Hugo Boss. That was my name at the time. It's a long story. You'll have to Google it later. It's a long story. The medium was acrylic paint. That's what I normally use. And then there were some other bits in there, like oil paint and watercolour paint and that kind of thing. And then because I'd been drinking, I just started listing things. It was like olive oil, soil, boiled oil, olive oil, soil. I mean, really lost my mind on this one. Properly, like 7 fresh piglets. A kitten's first memory. Meow went into the painting, just put some meow in there. Then I started listing actual mediums. Derek Acora. Psychic Sally. I finished it all off with loads of Alan Sugar at the finish. Loads of Alan Sugar. Got to Manchester Art Gallery, they printed the whole thing. There it is. Every last one of the bastards. Including my favourite, goat's milk, ghost's milk, ghost goat's milk. Ghost goat wandering around being milked for my paintings.
Lovely. Any questions, any queries, any concerns? Anything I can help anyone else with? No? Okay, right, I'll fuck off then. But you've been so lovely. Do you know what? I'd like to slag off the Black Country before I go. Anyone in from the Black Country? Which part? Where are you from? Wolverhampton, all right. How are you, Bev? That's how they talk. If you don't know the Black Country, they talk like that. I got now neck and now future. I love it. Have you travelled from Wolverhampton? I live in London now. I love it. I really find it pleasing to hear the accent. Have you been to the IKEA in Wednesbury?
I have.
You have?
I've purchased anything.
Right, why?
Because it's too stressful when you get to the
It is stressful when you get to the checkout, I agree, yeah. Well, it's stressful in that one because it's full of people from the Black Country and they're all mad heads. Listen, I was in the kitchen area when I went round and there was a family walking round and the dad of the family said this very loudly because I wasn't that nearby and I heard it very clearly. He went, look at that chopping board. I couldn't chop me cock on that. Is that a requirement of a chopping board that I've missed? Well, thanks for coming along. This is the thing, I slag off the Black Country loads. It's because I love it, and I've got loads of friends there, I spend a lot of time there. I went on a speed awareness course in the Black Country. Have people been on speed awareness courses? Yes, some other bad boys. I thought it was really effective, but my favourite thing about it is this woman at the back who just did not give a shit. She's like my new spirit animal, she's just there like, all right. And the guy came out and he was proper patronising. He was like, guys, just shout out reasons. Why do we speed? Why do we speed? Why do we speed? And she went, because I'm in a rush. Good, good, you're in a rush, Great, great. Why do we rush? Because I need a piece. Realised very quickly he did not want to be talking to her. He was trying to get anyone else to chip in. At one point, he forced this quite meek guy at the front to chip in. It was really sweet. He said, you've got 2 options. Have you got 2 options? You can go by the speed limit, or you can go to jail. Do you want to go to jail? He hadn't been listening. He just went, yes. Any reasons why it's justifiable to speed, why we might be okay to speed? She went, well, if there's an emergency, if you've got to take someone to hospital. He went, no, that's not a reason, It's not a reason. You've still got to be safe, haven't you? Still got to be safe. If you hit someone on the way to hospital, that's 2 people going to hospital, isn't it? She went, that's lucky I'm going that way. Give him a lift. That's lovely, that is. Favourite thing she said, I'll leave you on this. It was terrible, it was brilliant. He said at the end of the session, he's like, any other reasons why we speed that we've not covered? Any other reasons? No one chipping in, I wasn't chipping in. In the end, she just went, well, because it's fun. And he went, it's fun, isn't it? It's fun to speed, isn't it? It's fun to speed. Do you know when it's not fun? When you kill a child. Everyone went quiet, and then she just went, depends on the child. Love her. You've been amazing. Wow. Thanks so much. See you again. Ta-ra. I'm obsessed with Tinder. If you don't know what I'm on about, it's a dating app where you get a little picture of a human, and if you like the look of them, you swipe right, and if you don't, you swipe left, and you never hear from them again. Quite an abrupt way of measuring a human, I feel. It wouldn't work in real life. You wouldn't walk around a bar going, no, that's a bit much. Maybe you would. I don't know how you live your lives, but they're nice guys. We've been friends for years. But there was a new guy on the stag who I'd not met before, Johnny, in the TA. Johnny actually works mainly in financial services, but he went on about the TA a lot. I don't even know what it stands for. I think it just means the army. I don't know. How would I describe Johnny? A full Chianti would be about right. He'd met gay people before, he'd met straight people, but he'd not met anyone bisexual. I'm bisexual. I'm not sure if that was made clear to you at the door. Out of interest, are there any bisexuals in? You don't have to cheer if you don't want to. Oh, loads of you. Hi, hello, welcome. Somebody down here. Great, marvellous. Do you get when you say you're bisexual, are people confused by that sometimes? Yes, you're nodding. So that's the thing. I get it's confusing, because I was confused when I first emerged sexually. My first kiss, when I was about 16, was with a woman outside the Snobs nightclub in Birmingham. If you don't know it, the name is ironic. And we were both very drunk, and she burped in my mouth. And that triggered my gag reflex. So I was then sick on her shoes. No, they're only from New Look, chill out. But it made me think for a long time that I was full gay, because I thought that women made me physically sick. That's what I thought for a long time. People say you're greedy as well. Oh, fucking hell. Spare me. Right, this is the thing. It's not about the frequency of sex. It's about who you're attracted to. That's literally all the word means. I can't speak for other bisexuals. I feel like I can't speak for other men, but I feel like there's a presumption that all men are up for it at all times. Like, all men are going like, oh, yeah, fuck that whenever. Like, I don't have that libido. Maybe that makes me unusual. I just don't have it. I look at a very comfortable sofa in the same way that I think most people look at a sexy person. For the things I'd do to that. Lie down in a snack, that's what I'd do. If Tinder for sofa, swipe right the whole bloody day. That's what I would do. It's called Airbnb, I know it's an app. And I also get very frustrated with the language of sexuality as well, because I know we've got work to do there, because the 3 main words that we use are homosexual, heterosexual, and bisexual. All of these words just to do with gender, and only gender. For example, if you say you are a heterosexual male, literally all that means is you are attracted to women. But of course, you won't be attracted to all women. You'll be attracted to a type of woman, blonde, brunette, your partner, whoever it is. And so I feel like it's more nuanced than that, more complex. I prefer the word pansexual. Then people think you're fucking things in the kitchen, so I don't know where to start. And I don't know what I want, really, because sometimes I feel like I just want us all to be fluid and no one ever comes out, but then you would never have the coming out story. And my favourite story in the land is a coming out story. It's my friend Sam. He's a full gay, and he lives at home with his parents, as I do, and he just got the confidence the one night, I don't know where from, and his mum was in the bath. So he went and he knocked on the bathroom door, and she put a towel around. She came to the door and she said, "What is it, Sam?" And he went, "Mum, I'm gay. And she went, well, I don't need this anymore. I said gay, not incestuous. Running for the town.
Thank you, lovely. Give me a cheer if you're from London. Lovely. Give me a cheer if you're from Birmingham. Oh, cool. Which part of Birmingham are you from? Walsall. Gutter trash. Oh, my word. Hell, I will be slagging you off later on in the show. Don't worry about it. Have you travelled from Walsall for the show? Oh, thank you. Did you get the train? I heard the trains were quite bad. It was fine. It was all right. Oh, lovely. So did you get on the fast one, on the Virgin one, or did you? No, you didn't. The cheap, the Chiltern. Proper gutter trash, this lot. Lovely aircon on the Chiltern, though, isn't it? Lovely. I do that journey a lot. I wasn't going to start the show with this, but here we are now. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming along. Give me a cheer if you feel like you've travelled the furthest. Where have you travelled from? The woman who put her hand up. That's what I'm looking at. You weren't expecting a follow-up question, were you? I'm going to come down to your level. Not intellectually, of course. Hello there. Don't panic, it'll all be fine. What's your name? Flora. Hello, Flora. And who are you here with, Flora? Are you courting? Banging. When did you start banging? It's the first date. No, is it actually? And you're this trashed. Jesus. Is it a Tinder or is it like... It is, oh, okay. Well, this is being immortalised on my DVD, you realise. So, I hope you marry. If you get married, I'm coming to the wedding. We're all coming, aren't we? We're going to have a lovely time. Maybe have a glass of water in the interval. I'm worried about you, Flora. Does someone know you're out? I like the look of him. He looks sweet, but you never know. You know, you never can... What do you do? What are your prospects? Oh, no, I wasn't asking you, Flora. I feel like you've got lots of prospects. You're a psychotherapist? OK, what do you do? You make stuff in China. He's a drug dealer, isn't he? He's a drug dealer. Good luck to you, Flora. What's your name, man that makes stuff in China? Paul. Paul and Flora. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Feels like a lasting relationship, I feel. Have you just... How long have you both been single? I feel like we're on Love Island now. How long have you both been single? Flora? 3 years? 2 years? OK. 6 months? OK. So, about time, yeah, it's ready to... Yeah. I've been single for about 2 years. Ready to fuck all of you.